Hey mathematicians, let's do our homework. Okay, so we've got a few histograms here. This histogram below shows the scores of some of the students in Mr. Brown's math class. If Mr. Brown teaches 117 students, okay, that already makes me think like maybe the graph doesn't actually show that. So I'm going to quick go check. I see that between 35 and 50 we have a frequency of 4. Between 50 and 65 we have a frequency of 2. 65 to 80 has a frequency of 8. We've got a 3. I'm pretty sure if you're ever stuck, you can like draw as straight of a line as you possibly can. Yep, that's 3. Okay. And a frequency of 1. That for sure does not make 117. So let's add that up and figure out the total of that. Let's see. 4 and 3 and 1 makes 8. Plus 2 is 10. Plus 8 is 18. So we have 18 total students. Mr. Brown teaches 117. How many students should he expect to earn above an 80? Let's look at the above an 80. Okay, that's 80 and better. So we're currently expecting 4 out of 18 students to get above an 80. Now we need to know how many that is when it's equivalent to a total of 117. 117 does not look like a very friendly number to multiply to. I don't know how to get from 18 to 4 because I can't figure out how to go this way. Oops. So let's think about it. If I'm really stuck, I could always simplify. I can create a third fraction. And I know I can cut these both in half. 2/9. Well, how do I check if 9 times something makes 117? I'm going to add up and find the digital sum. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 7 is 9. Because 9 is in my 9's times tables, I know that there is a 9's fact that will get me to 117. Do I know what that is off the top of my head? No. But if you're stuck, you can divide by 9. 9 goes into 1? Nope. 9 goes into 11? 1 time. With 2 left over. 9 goes into 27 3 times. My scale factor is times 13. My answer is not 13. 9 times 13 makes 117. 2 times 13 makes my answer. Is there a Perpy? Oh, yes, there is. His second period class has 30 students in it. How many students in his second period class should be expected to earn below a 65? Well, if we're looking at this class, below a 65 are these two. 4 plus 2 makes 6 out of 18 is equivalent to what number out of the total number of kids in his second period? Is there part C? Nope. Next one, we've got a histogram. I'm not even reading. I'm just immediately going to start labeling. Okay. This histogram below shows the heights of students. Okay, cool. Heights. All right. What percent of her students are at least 55? This is the phrase that keeps tripping people up. At least does not mean lower than 55. It means 55 is the lowest number that you can circle. So we are looking for this section, 55 and bigger, not less than 55. All right, percents are made from parts out of totals. So you know the part, you got to add the 10 and the 8. You got to add up to find the total, and you got to scale it to be equal to 100. Is it possible to find the mean, median, mode, and range of this data? This is not a one answer yes or no. There are yes or no's for mean. There's a yes or no for median. They're going to be different answers. So go ahead and tell me like all the things you can say yes to, all the things you can say no to. And then explain. On the back, prime factorization. Remember, that's when you're like, okay, I'm starting with this number, breaking it down. What times what makes 90? 9 times 10. Are either of those prime numbers? No. Remember, your most common prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. I don't think we're going to need anything bigger than that for a 90. So you're going to break them all down and use some exponents if you have multiple of the same number. Remember that you circle your prime numbers and leave the composite ones alone. The length of a rectangle is 5 times as long as the width of the rectangle, which we call W. I'm going to draw a rectangle. I like pictures. The length is longer than the width, so we'll call this one the length. And we know that the width is called W. We know that the length is 5 times what W is. But we also know what the length actually is. Use that information to figure out the width. Triangular piece of land, what's the area? Ooh, I hope you have your purple star chart, but just in case you don't, the area of a triangle is half of the base times the height. All right, we're done with your homework.